Now at 5:30, a huge fire has destroyed and damaged several businesses and apartments in downtown Paintsville in Johnson County.
We'll have the latest from the scene on WKYT this morning. We're also learning more about an accidental shooting that has injured a Lexington woman over the weekend.
And two presidential candidates are set to visit jailed Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis later today.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It is September 8th, a Tuesday that feels like a Monday to a lot of folks getting back to work today. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Cooler temperatures in the not too distant future. We just have to get through another warm one.
Yeah, another one today near 90 degrees or so. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. That relief is coming soon, huh?
It's coming. We just have to wait a little bit. Some of these readings out at the airport sitting there in the 60s and 70s. It kind of depends on where you are. But look at your 24-hour planner. Another day like Bill was talking about, right around 90 degrees. Here we go again, over a week now if we do reach that. Slight chance of rain in towards your afternoon. Pretty much what you have seen the past several days, what you're going to be seeing today. Now we go throughout the night. It's pretty calm weather. However, see that cloud increasing graphic down there at the bottom? That's when you'll start to see some rain approaching our region. And also, we're not just seeing it Wednesday, but we're going to see it on Thursday too. So those 2 days, there's that first front. The second front is a big time front. Now, I'm talking about some much cooler air. And I'll show you how low we go coming up.
All right, thank you very much, and let's get to the news.
Happening today, as Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis sits in a Carter County jail cell, her supporters plan on meeting at the jail in Grayson.
Joining them will be two Republican presidential candidates. They're running in the campaign right now, and both of them want to show that they are standing with the clerk in her fight to protect her religious beliefs. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in our studio this morning with a look at what to expect today. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. Once again, protesters will crowd around the Carter County Detention Center today to show their support for the jailed clerk and to urge the judge to release her. Republican presidential candidate Mike Huckabee is hosting the I'm With Kim rally today. Another presidential hopeful, Republican Senator Ted Cruz, is also expected at the rally for the Rowan County clerk. Davis was jailed last Thursday after she continued to defy court orders and refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Those who support same-sex marriage say she needs to obey the law and do her job, and if she won't, then she needs to step down. Lawyers for Kim Davis have filed an emergency motion asking Governor Steve Beshear to not force her to issue licenses to same-sex couples. Instead, the motion asks the governor to accommodate her religious belief that God created marriage to be between a man and a woman. Davis's supporters showed up outside the home of U.S. District Judge David Bunning over the holiday weekend with a message for the judge, who found her in contempt of court.
Went and passed out flyers in the neighborhood and inviting them to pray for Judge Bunning that he would stop persecuting the Church of Jesus Christ and that he would obey the law instead of put himself above the law.
Now, Davis is being held in isolation. Her husband says she is doing well and spent the weekend reading her Bible. After she was jailed last week, her assistant clerks started issuing licenses to same-sex couples. Rebecca?
All right, thank you so much, Mark. Because of the rally, several schools in Carter County will be closed today. Because of the expected increase in traffic, Carter County school leaders decided to close the 5 schools located near the jail. Those schools: East Carter Middle and High, and Pritchard, Heritage, and Star Elementary Schools.
Lexington police are still searching for suspects this morning after a man was shot near the UK campus. That happened about 9:30 last night, right in the parking lot of Dairy Queen on Virginia Avenue. Lexington police say they were first called out for a report of shots fired, then later found the man injured outside a gas station on South Broadway. Officers tell us the man's injuries were not life-threatening. New this morning, we have learned the name of a Lexington man accused of accidentally shooting his wife. 44-year-old Thomas Ingram is facing numerous charges, including assault and wanton endangerment. Police say yesterday Ingram was drunk and waving a gun around when it went off at the couple's home on Little Pigeon Court near Buckhorn Drive. According to an arrest citation, Ingram took off after the shooting. Officers later pulled him over after seeing him going about 30 miles per hour over the speed limit on New Circle Road. 5:34 now on WKYT, and we're learning some more this morning about a devastating fire in Johnson County.
Around 9 last night, the spare time bowling lanes in downtown Paintsville went up in flames, destroying the building and damaging apartments and buildings nearby. WKYT's Hillary Thornton's in our live desk with a look at the damage. Hillary, how many families are impacted?
Well, good morning, Rebecca and Bill. 8 families are now without homes after this fire seen in eyewitness video on the screen behind me. 3 different departments battled the fire that started late last night at Spare Time bowling lanes. The flames quickly spread to nearby businesses, destroying the bowling alley, along with a barber shop, a few other businesses, and at least 8 apartments. Now, thanks to neighbors alerting others to what was going on, we are told everyone did get out safely. The Red Cross was out overnight to help those who lost pretty much everything find a place to stay.
I lost a lot of stuff, and it's just like a nightmare.
A lot of fire, a lot of smoke coming out of the apartment buildings above the businesses, so it happened, quite rapidly.
Firefighters say when they got to the bowling alley, there were already 30 to 40-foot flames shooting out of the roof. One firefighter was taken to the hospital after falling. Investigators are still working to determine a cause of this fire. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Well, new this morning, 2 former EKU football players accused of robbery and burglary have pleaded guilty to the charges. 21-year-old David Emanuel and 20-year-old Zane Gilmore could be sentenced up to 10 years in prison. That's according to the Richmond Register. Police say last year, the 2 men went into a dorm room armed with guns and wearing masks. According to an arrest citation, they stole electronics and Powerade from the victim. Police are hoping to release more information today after a man was found dead in a northern Kentucky home. The man's body was found in the basement of a Dayton home on Friday. Officers say it was badly decomposed. The home had been empty for months. The Dayton police chief says investigators are considering the possibility of foul play.
Firefighters face some unusual challenges in battling a fire in Madison County. The Red Lick Fire Department shared these pictures of a silo fire off Speedwell Road. Firefighters say they fought the fire by drowning it from the top. They say they had a challenge getting through the fields to get to the silo. No injuries were reported. Firefighters are still investigating exactly what caused the fire.
Well, the interim principal at Fayette County's lowest achieving high school has some new ideas about how to turn things around. As soon as today, Bryan Station High School will begin offering new schedules and smaller classes. This is according to our news partners at the Herald Leader. The interim principal, James McMillan, sent an email to parents on Friday. About 70% of students at Bryan Station are not meeting benchmark criteria in core subjects. McMillan says the school is getting support from the district and state to help change that.
A Kentucky family had a Labor Day vacation they will never forget in the Smoky Mountains this weekend. The Perrin family had been staying in a cabin around Gatlinburg, and they decided to go out for a picnic. On their way back, they noticed some bear cubs that wouldn't leave the side of their car, and soon they realized why. The mother bear was inside their car. When the car door was opened, the bears ran off. The family says the bear destroyed, though, the inside of their car, which was probably easily done.
Wow.
A few claws.
Look at that
claws
damage.
in that car. Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it?
That is unbelievable.
All right, some stories to tell about that little Labor Day break.
Yeah.
Well, it is the dawn of a new era in late-night television as Stephen Colbert makes his big debut on The Late Show right here on CBS.
The Ed Sullivan Theater in New York might look quiet right now, but later today it's sure to be busy. Colbert has some big stars lined up for tonight's inaugural show, including a very famous Kentucky native. Don Champion is outside the theater on Broadway and has more on what to expect.
George Clooney will be among the first guests tonight on the debut of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
He's not only a really gifted actor and a director, and I don't even know how to say that because he already said he'll do the show, but he works hard about things he cares about to make the world a better place, and that's a very interesting thing to be able to talk about in an honest way with somebody.
George Clooney is a great talk show guest.
Variety columnist Brian Lowry says Clooney and the show's other early guests, including Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush, offer clues on what's to come.
He is very smartly putting together a very eclectic lineup of people, which will, if he does it right, will demonstrate the sort of breadth of knowledge and range that he has.
Stephen Colbert says when it comes to learning about hosting a late-night talk show, he got an early education thanks to his family.
My sisters Mary and Margot would get me up in the middle of the night after my mom and dad were in bed, and they weren't supposed to be up either. They would sneak up, they would stay up to watch Carson, and then they would get me out of bed because they didn't want to be alone.
And he won't be alone tonight. Millions are expected to tune in to the big premiere. Don Champion, CBS News, New York.
And you can watch the premiere of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert right here on CBS. That's at 11:35 p.m. right after the 11 o'clock news.
Have to DVR it in our case.
We will, and just rewind, fast forward.
But yeah, it's going to be, looks like a great show and a great lineup there. The time is 5:40 on WKYT, and let's check live drive traffic this morning and see what's going on early on your Tuesday. Back to work for a lot of folks today, of course, and it looks to be a clear commute according to our Waze app this morning.
Looks pretty good, man.
Looking there at the map, no reports of any major problems anywhere. So
yeah, that's always good news.
School buses on the road here in the next few minutes. Everybody keep that in mind. All right, a lot more news coming up for you here on your Tuesday morning.
An amazing rescue in Mississippi after a 4-year-old and his dog were rescued from a well. We'll have more on that after weather.
And we have some rain on the way. Not so much for today, but it does increase as we approach that midweek time, and then big drop of temperatures in towards your weekend. I'll get into your forecast coming up.